Today we're going to discuss the NHL's reaction to Senators owner Eugene Melnick's comments that he made Friday evening at the Senators alumni game, and we're going to recap the NHL 100 Centennial Classic between the Habs and Senators. Coming up next. Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video here at Top Shelf Hockey. If this is your first time to the channel, thanks for stopping by. On this channel, we review and analyze all 31 NHL teams with an unbiased opinion. So if you love hockey, hit that subscribe button now so you don't miss anything. As most of you are well aware by now, on Friday evening at the Senators alumni game prior to the NHL 100 Classic game, outdoor game between the Sens and Habs, owner Eugene Melnick had quite the interview where he discussed many things that were on his mind for the Senators franchise, including the state of the new arena development deal downtown, ticket sales, and salaries, etc., etc. Now, I've already done a video giving you my thoughts on what he had to say and how I felt about things. Today, I wanted to discuss the follow-up on how the league has reacted to his comments. Obviously, both Gary Bettman and Deputy Commissioner Bill Daly were both interviewed and asked what their thoughts were. I've seen an interview with Gary Bettman on TSN where he was asked multiple times what his thoughts were on this situation and was asked to comment on various Melnick comments. Basically, what they both had to say is what most of us were already thinking. The Senators franchise is not going anywhere. They are in no immediate danger of having to move the team, and Eugene Melnick can't just up and move the team anyways. He does have to follow a process with the league, and to move a franchise, it requires 2/3 of the Board of Governors vote in order to do so. So it's not quite that simple, and they don't see the state of the franchise being that dire that it needs to be something that's discussed at all, at least anytime soon at all. So they were, to be honest, they didn't really say so, but I think they felt quite distracted by this. They did not want to discuss this at all. They wanted to discuss the big event going on in Ottawa, the outdoor game, the celebration of the game. This is the culmination of the NHL 100 celebration that's been going on all year. And at the end of the day, I think a lot of people involved were probably disappointed with Melnick's timing. Obviously, like I indicated in the other video, to a degree I understand where Melnick's coming from, but he really needs to pick his spots and to learn to deal with the media and the fan base much better. You know, as I discussed through the comment section of the other video, it's, you know, I do kind of understand where he's coming from. I don't completely agree with everything Melnick said, but at the same time, like, he just needs to pick his spots better and learn to try to appeal to the fan base instead of upsetting everybody and kind of sound like you're demanding things change or you're taking the show out of town. So I didn't really care how he went about that, and obviously it didn't look like the league did either, but they're not going to come out and publicly say that. At the end of the day, they basically reassured all of Ottawa's fans the franchise is not going anywhere, so there's no immediate danger of that, and they really just wanted to move on and discuss the big event going down in Ottawa, which was supposed to be the focal point of the weekend here, not discussing Mr. Melnick's comments. Moving on to recap the NHL 100 Classic outdoor game between the Sens and Habs. It was a great game. Looked like Erik Karlsson was kind of getting his old form back, and he was having lots of fun. Even though he was out there in quite the minus, anywhere from -18 to -20 weather. I know as the night went on, it seemed to be getting colder, and the players certainly, put on a good show considering the conditions for sure. But I mean, you've seen many times the camera was loving Erik Karlsson. He was having fun on the bench, dancing around, and things. And he looked like he was actually having a good time. The players seemed loose, which was nice. You know, obviously Ottawa just came off a major downturn of a road trip where they lost many games in a row, and you know, obviously as when that happens, you tend to tighten up, and it's hard to get out of that funk. But it seems like since they've been home, they've won 2 in a row, which I know isn't a lot, but for Senators fans, I think they're excited about that, and they seemed loose, even though they're playing in those conditions and they're probably frozen out there. They seemed like they were loose and having fun, which was nice to see because we haven't seen a lot of that as of late. The Senators I think, were by far the better team. They dominated in the face-off circle. They obviously won the game 3-0, so they were by far the better team. I know Montreal, for them, it was a game they really couldn't afford to lose. They're not doing much better than the Sens right now. They've had some major downturns this year as well, and they've got a major road trip out west coming up I believe it's 6 in a row that they play out west. So I mean, they're heading into a really tough part of their schedule, and to lose on an outdoor game against a close rival like that, I'm sure really hurt them. But overall, I thought it was a great celebration of the game. We've seen they unveiled the top moment in the 100 years, which was Mario Lemieux's big performance there, which it was fantastic to watch. I could watch those highlights all day long. It was quite the game. I remember watching it live when it first happened many years ago. So overall, I think the event went really well. I think Senators franchise and owner Eugene Melnick should be pleased about that. They had a sellout crowd. The crowd was having fun. The game was a fantastic game. They looked like they did a fantastic job with the arena setup and whatnot. The players were having a good time. So I think overall, the event was very well received. Went down very well. It was a good game. The Senators get the home win. So I mean, I think that the team right now has finally, for the first time in a while, a few things to feel good about. They still have a lot of work to do. There still could be deals done in order to maybe change up this team a bit this season. I guess time will tell. We're going to be discussing that again here in another video shortly. But at least at the end of the day, the event went really well. I think the league will be pleased with the outcome of that. And at least at the same time, as much as they didn't want to talk about it, they took the opportunity to address Melnick's comments and kind of reassure Senators fans that they really don't have too much to worry about. The other thing that I thought was really nice, at the end of the game, they interviewed Captain Erik Karlsson, and he made a point on 2 occasions. And maybe he would have done this anyways because that's the kind of guy he is, but I think he probably made an extra point to make sure he mentioned it more than once because of all the other drama going on over the weekend. But he made a point twice before the end of that interview to thank the fans for coming out, that he and the team really appreciated it, especially considering how cold they were. They're on the ice moving around, so at least they're not as cold as the fans sitting still. And he wanted to make sure that they really that he acknowledged them on behalf of the team, to thank everybody for coming, which was nice. That's how you deal with public relations, Mr. Melnick. Take note of that. Erik Karlsson could teach you something about how to deal with the fans. You kill them with kindness. You don't insult them. Don't forget to leave a comment and let me know what you thought of the big outdoor game in Ottawa. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button in the middle of your screen so you can keep watching Top Shelf Hockey.